time we started off with the rift, and we defeated the chimera that came out of it, and then we threw the orb into the portal. It collapsed down. You guys traveled to the capital city of Abilene, and yeah, Abilene. Um, and you tried to get some palm reading and potions, and then we tried to buy another glass ball, and then made the shopkeep mad, bought some lemonade, made him mad. And then went to the council meeting, and then kind of updated them, and then decided that you guys are going to go to the Principality of Omilia. And now we are at the dinner. And let me pull up my notes for the descriptions, because so as you are sitting there, you're getting the scent of roasted meats and spiced vegetables as it dances on the steep of the council with the great feast. Blah blah. My words are not wording. Okay, as the great feast unfolds beneath the canopy, it's starting to shift into the nighttime. There are lanterns that are put out there. You're starting to see the stars. There are the banners of the nation all around, and the tribal rituals are kind of going around. The council is getting their meals first, and then it goes the noble people, and then you guys eventually. And then there are some pretty colorful rugs that were laid out beneath the tables. There's kind of a servant team that laid these tables out. There's about 8 of them, with about eight-ish people at each, and then 3 council tables with 3 people sitting at each of those. And their horses are standing by their tables in case they need a ride at any time. And so all of a sudden, all of the music stops, and there's a hush that spreads like a fire in dry grass. And a broad-shouldered clan leader stands up with his furs adorned with flamed color embroidery, and he lifts his horn and says, "To the winds of Valeth and the unquenchable forge, and the artist who dares to still dream, may our enemies burn and our herds fatten, and we may return those and may those who return from the void never walk alone." And as he finishes that, he raises his glass, and crowd erupts, and cups clink. The fires continue to roar on, perhaps a little bit unnaturally at this moment. So as this is happening, the way you guys came, the caravan has now kind of moved to the side, and there is a show of horse acrobats and some warrior games. So imagine kind of like a Renaissance festival of them jousting and showing off what their horses can do. And as you are sitting there, there is a nobleman that comes and sees you got a couple of open seats out there at your table, and she comes up. She is wrapped in sky blue veils with silver threads throughout her hair, and she carries a red flute on her at all times. And she sits down and is just watching this and says, "Hey, I see you guys aren't from around here. What brings you to this area?" So you pull out the book and be like, this little book here. Also, thank my wife for this. She hand bound this and handmade the paper as well. Yeah. She doesn't like this one because she's like, I did that stitching way too tight, and I'm like, it works for me. So pull out the book. She goes, "Oh, that's a very interesting book. What does the book contain?" There's no phrase there anymore. Oh, that's a magical book. I've heard of those here, hither, and there. Just kind of faint wind of kind of these messaging books. I know some dignitaries use them to kind of reach each other across great distances so that they don't have to have people who send messages and all of that. I I don't know. I've never actually seen one of those before. They're actually pretty rare. I may she goes, I may in the future kind of keep that information on the down low. That may put a bounty on your head. so as so as you try to write in the book, the ink seems to continuously pull on the quill. It doesn't seem to be actually writing. It just seems to be smearing on the pages. Even though they seem like they're coarse and rough pages that would take this well, it's just not quite getting the ink that you're playing down. Again, I have only heard of these, and I have not seen them in person. So that is actually some very interesting information that I would love to take back to my nobleman. No, if you are friends of the clan, you are also friends with us. So, where Pertel are you going after this? Yeah. Are you going north, kind of towards the mainland of our other territories, or are you going towards the principality? I'm just making conversation. Yes. Oh, I got this recently. I got my. That's awesome. 22. So you're noticing the vibe of she's definitely holding back information. It doesn't seem like she has malintent, but she wants to kind of test the waters to see um, what information she can get that she can also give. She says, "I heard the wind up there. It kind of has a different sound than down here. I haven't quite um from those who I've talked to, it kind of the wind it doesn't have like a light feeling to it. It kind of instead of laughing, it screams at you. And so it seems I don't know if that's harsher or what that means, but kind of in the poetry world, it's I've heard that the wind no longer laughs, it screams. Yeah. But who knows? I haven't actually been able to kind of pierce the veil of the principality up there. It seems like they like to stay to themselves, and it may be interesting if people go over there. We've had a, yeah, we've had very few of our caravans actually return, but some of them have stayed there because we had some like research crews go, but Any of those who tried to kind of go to your raid or anything like that, just we've never heard back from again. So we, yeah, we kind of have kept our difference from the principality up there, but if you guys are going there to solely help them with their situation, you may have a better luck than those past. So, anyway, I have another crew that I need to go say hi to. I hope you guys have safe travels. And then she gets up and she leaves, and she actually leaves a little silver ring behind. Okay. Um, so, this ring, it looks like it has a sapphire on it, matching the color of her dress. And it seems that there's some sort of inscription that is a little too small to see with your eyes in the light that you have right now. Yes. Either is fine. I just, again, just be honest. Cool. Um, an 8. You don't pick up any kind of signals from it, so you can. Okay. It does not seem like there's any magic coming from it. It just there are some different weapons and scrolls and things that are around. And you notice that each one of the lanterns has a gem that's magical at its base. But other I don't remember on. Okay. Let me. I believe it is School of Illusion. So illusion, if I remember right, is an actual like school for changing imagery and things like that. Yeah, yeah, and it's just at the base of the different torches. Ooh. As you're doing this, there's a large warrior that's definitely now on his third or fourth drink, just minutes into this feast. Like this dude, yeah. Oh, how are you guys doing? Oh, there's I see that you have some extra meat here. Can you give me some? Pass that across the table, please. Ah, yeah. And he just starts ripping into like a turkey leg. Oh, oh, it's good old ale that is over there. Man, this is some of the best things that I've drank in a while. They don't serve these at the taverns. Oh, oh the stuff that is served at the taverns are very weak. This is strong like a warrior. Yeah. He goes, you want to arm wrestle? You're the one who said it. as he is still gnawing. Okay. Ah, yes, friend. We have a challenge. And then he starts getting as many eyes as he can on this. And so he pulls out and he puts, you want to put gold on this? $20 gold. Oh, yes, that would be fantastic. And so he pulls it out and just slaps it down. He goes, I got more where that's coming from. Okay, so here's how I'm going to do this. We're going to go back and forth kind of if you've had those like drinking games where you hit one thing and then it kind of ping pongs back and forth. You're going to have to win two consecutive. So we're starting in the middle and then you have two each way. I believe guidance is on ability checks, so absolutely. Okay. So, and you cannot stack guidance, just FYI. So, Riley, if you're trying to stack guidance on top of that, you can only. Oh, that is fine. You may also do that. Yeah. By the way, it's not a huge giant, but this is kind of ish the guy that is sitting across. Yeah, you are in giant territory. So, like Goliath, he's a Goliath, but and that's only used guidance, and that is only used once, correct? Yep. So before you roll, you may. Yeah. Okay. So, Jumis, what is your first roll? Okay, you lose. He got a 23. Okay. So. Okay. And then, sorry, I'm trying to remember what his name is. What is it? I didn't say his name. Okay. So, ignore that line. So, tie, we are now in his favor. So, it's kind of leaning towards he is going to win. He goes, friend, you may look tough, but you're not as tough as me. Okay, let me know your next check. So, again, as this is happening, all eyes are starting to come to you, and people are starting to chant and chant one way or another, and the kind of there is some like flutes and fiddles playing and that kind of things. Those have really started to slow down, and then we are like in the like war drums beating area. Okay, so he just slams your hands on the table and goes, "Ha! Pay me. We had good drink, we had good food, but you are weak." So you lose 25 gold or 20 gold. That's fine. Ooh. Want to put 40 gold on this? Because I got his 20 now. um, but 40 down. Ah, we are done with the ale. Bring out the liquor. You want to sing at her? Yes. I would say yes. Or can you read me what the resistance does one more time? Okay. So I'm gonna kind of switch that up just a smidge. So since we are not taking damage from this, you can add a 1d4 to your roll. So he is bringing the crowd back. He goes, "One might lose in strength, but one's going to try to lose in drink." uh, okay. So we're gonna do a series of Constitution saving checks. We're gonna do 5 total. And with that, it's whoever is able to reach the DC 15 for every succeed. If you fail, you will lose. Or sorry, if you fail, you're gonna lose a D4 on your next roll. So it's gonna get harder. It's gonna get harder and harder to. Yep. Yes. Yes. So even so, your D4 that she is giving you with resistance still counts towards your total. You'll roll another D4 to take that out because they may have different numbers on them. Yeah. Well, resistance is a time period. Is that correct, or is it just the next attack? Okay, so a minute and then it's just one attack, correct? Okay. Yeah, so like after every drink, we'll just say that you're recasting it, and we don't have to do it every time. So, okay. Yep. Okay, he grabs the first drink and slams it down and is looking great. Oh yes, that's don't worry, that's gonna play into that. By the third drink, he's gonna start to get disadvantage. So, um, so there is a table off to the side that there's kind of a bartender there that has a couple of casks of ale, and then there's some different bottles that are behind. And somebody brought one of those bottles and is pouring you guys some shots of some pretty strong rum that you seem has been distilled to another level to that. So it seems a little extra strong. Okay, so you succeed. Okay, you two both are looking great. Says another. Pours. These are like triple shot worth of drink on the. Like you're gonna be afterwards. Either way, you are gonna be very drunk. This constitution is really to continue to stay standing and not throw up, basically. So he succeeds on the second and still looking amazing. He swallows that and goes, ah! Ooh, that's nice. Okay, another. Okay. Be happy he did. He got disadvantage on that one. Okay, he failed on this next one, so he takes it and he goes, nope, we're still good. Okay, so another success. You are still looking great. He goes, we got two more. Ugh. Okay, so he takes his next drink, and he is still looking fine after this one. He kind of like he has his little hiccup, but is just fine. So it beats the DC 15. Okay, so on this last one, you are starting to get both of you are starting to get pretty hammered. The DC is going to go up to 20 on this last one. Ah, oh, don't talk about children. I got my 15 at home. Ain't saying they all make it to adulthood, but me and my wife were getting busy. Another one. He takes the swig of this last one. Okay. $22. Dang, you can hold your alcohol. So he takes his last drink and he is starting to stumble and he falls behind the bench and is just out. So the crowd just erupts in cheering. So you get his 40 gold. And then you get there's a myriad of people who took little bets on how much you could drink. And so you get an additional 15 gold. Good drink. Okay, I'm gonna have you make one last Constitution saving throw. Uh, this is like 150 proof. I hope you know. You've had like 15 shots of it by now. So no, it's just straight up no resistance. This it's already in your system. It's if you can keep going. Okay, so you are up, but yeah, you are sloshed. You're staying. You guys have not figured that out yet. Um, so if you'd like to figure that out, that'd be fine as well. Or you can just look. There's probably some inns in the city that you guys can find. Okay. So there's a couple of Goliaths dragging the guy off at this point. So as they are sitting down, there is a one last compatriot that sits down, looks like a decently shifty lady. She is I don't know, about 5'6" and is wearing leather that really sticks to her so that she can kind of like guide around the back, and she looks a little crazed. So this is who you see. She goes, "That was some nice fine drinking there. My name's Gabriel. I heard that you guys are going to be on the transport out tomorrow for the boat, and I got some things I got to deliver to that island. You want to help me out?" She like immediately just doesn't give you the time of day. And you want some gold? Do you want some gold? I got gold. That's I got these some spices I have to deliver to that island. Not the kind for eating. But he goes, no, these are definitely for eating, sweetie. Uh, so, the rest of you, do you want gold or not? Okay. Okay, and then she just immediately leaves. Okay. So she is now kind of darting between some caravans. Like she literally, it looks like she bolted in, sat at your table, grabbed a little food, and then started heading out. Like, as in and out. Um, okay. So she kind of starts to disappear into the shadows of the night as she passes these caravans. So, do you can wish to continue looking and pursuing? So, give me a roll for perception. Okay. She seems to. Okay. You still kind of you see a trail of she had a little half cape around her bottom half, and you saw that kind of just go behind a building. Okay, so she's kind of now sitting against the wall, and it looks like there are two or three crates that are near her. And she goes, "Ah, so you do come for gold." How much can you transport? Because that tells you how much gold I can give. We have I have packs that we can give. I have crates that we can give. Sorry, my wife's getting home. Everybody stare at her. You're on this first journey. I wouldn't recommend over a crate, and for a crate, we offer about 75 gold. Yeah, and that's about 25 gold. Okay, and she says, I will find you to get you that before you leave." So, and then she pulls out a contract and puts it in front of you, and all it states is that you are going to be delivering goods to that island. Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry. Hmm? Mm-mm. My chair. This chair. Okay, so you guys head to an inn. Give me 1 second. I'm pulling up the map. It absolutely did. Um, Let me look up the schools of magic again. Uh, Transmutation. Okay, so you see three different ones. We have the burning brittle, the musty stew, and the Khan's kiss. Um, so she says if it doesn't get delivered, um, we will find you and take one of your valuable possessions. If um, next, if you do complete this, and then any contract after this that you do not complete, it will be more than just a possession. This is our trial run. Yep. Like, she assumed you were going to ask little to no questions. You just wanted gold, and you signed the contract. All the only thing, it's about probably 1 or 2 a.m. at this point. Like, festivities started at as soon as the sun went down, and is now wrapping the next day. And Tumis, the only other thing that Gabriel asks is what kind of colored bags are you bringing on with you, so it doesn't stand out. Or okay, so she says, "Okay, thanks," and then she goes off. Okay, so the interior, as you step into the space, it seems like a half flap entrance, so kind of the old saloon entrances. Hits you just square in it. There's a central fire pit that roars and crackles with a stone basin around it. There are pretty worn rugs around, and the pit's kind of inset, so like there are people who like to sit around the fire and share stories. And then there's an upper layer where there's tables, and then there seems in the back to be kind of a stair, and then a series of about 8 rooms. And so you also see an old clan leader. Seems there's pretty well known in this area. As an ex-rider, she no longer rides, and it's kind of given off a gruff but protective vibe of her area. And she immediately spots that we have a drunk coming in with Annabeth, and she's like kind of side-eyeing you, but she's allowing it to, like, you guys to enter. And she kind of is just behind the bar wiping glasses at this point. Yes, that would be 5 silver for the night. Okay, so there's one gold that you can take out, or 10 silver, whichever way you want to do it. Um, and so she hands you 2 keys and goes, "We have room 5 and 3 available." So there's 2 series of doors. On the top, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and then on the bottom, 5, 6, 7, 8. And so the 5 is on the bottom left, 3 is the second from the right on the top. So uh, as you guys are heading to your room around the fire, you see one of the serpent folk, and she is starting to fade a little bit, but she's still kind of telling stories of areas around and talking about the last moon, colorless stars, and some strange hoof prints that she seems that didn't match to any beast. And she's just kind of talking this around whoever will listen. But other than that, yeah, you guys are welcome to head to bed. Yeah. So each one kind of has two full beds in it. So if you wish, you can kind of squeeze in, or you can have your own. As like I know Annabeth is going to take up the entire bed, and so then you can take, and then you can take the other bed, and then I'm assuming Ruth would be in that room as well, and the guys would have theirs. Is that what I'm assuming? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm assuming Callan is also like gonna ask you. He's gonna be like, "Ah, yes, you're back. What happened? Where'd you go?" That doesn't sound fun. Okay. So, uh, yeah. As you're doing this, there's going to be a server that also approaches you and just asks if you want any stew or drinks or anything. You are out in bed. So, again, for insight, just tell them again. Your general vibe is very shifty. So you are getting pure like he definitely made a deal he doesn't want to talk about. Just a little bit of spice. Kellen is heading to their room. Callan's like, I need my beauty sleep, and then he heads straight to their room. He goes, too stressful on the skin. Too stressful on the skin. So, anything you guys would like to do before the evening wraps up? So it seems as soon as he grabbed it that his fingerprint seems to now be on the contract. um last before you guys go to bed, there is one more kind of character in the corner who's playing with some cards, and it's like just kind of there, just he's shuffling and playing kind of a game by himself. So we have that, and then you have the serpent folk that's in the what is it called, the Calaveri that's around the campfire. You have the server, and then the bartender. Those are about the 4 people are in the. Okay. Yep. He goes, "Ah, hello. How are you?" Oh, absolutely. I have a fun. He collects them and starts to shuffle the deck, and he goes, "Ah, yes. I play a game. It's called 20. So how it goes is I flip over a card, and then I am gonna continue going, and if I hit over 20 for them added up, um, then I lose. But then if I stop and then you get closer to 20, you win. But if either of us pulls a 1, our hand is immediately over, and that's the number that we were stuck with. So, how this will work is you'll roll a d6, and then I'll roll a d6. And so these are for our hands. So keep track of the numbers. So as your number, if you roll a 1, your hand is done. And you can keep, it's kind of like blackjack, you can keep hitting until you get to 20. Yes. And so he pulls out, he goes, if you want a little fun, we can put silver on it. If not, we can just do this for fun. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. So he immediately pulls a 2. And then he hands 1 to you. What'd you get? Okay. Okay. He gets a 3, so he's up to 5 now. Okay. You're at 10. He gets 3, so he's at 8. Okay, you're at 16. He gets a 6, so he's at 14 now. Okay, you are at 19. So he gets a 3, and he is now at 17. He pulls 1 more, and he pulls a 4, and goes just over. And he goes, congratulations, my friend. You have won. Want to play another? Okay. Yeah. So he probably he wants to sit with he's just chill hanging out, and he asks you, do you want a ale or they got some pretty good fruit juices here, and they got pretty good cherry drink or something. Okay, so he calls over our server and says, can you get my lady friend here cherry sprit? He doesn't know your name, so. Oh, I'm sorry. My friend here, a cherry drink. And so they come back, and it brings just a nice little like mocktail, and all seems great. So he plays for probably another hour or 2 with you, and just over, and he keeps trying to get you to put a little bit of money on it. And so he just continuously leaves that stack of money and lets it pile up. So, and then does everyone else go to bed, or anything else that anyone would like to do? Okay. Awesome. And then, let's see, I'm forgetting yours. Rayleigh, are you just doing 4 hours of meditation? Is that right? Okay. So, all of you now have slept or meditated or whatever you wish to do. And, see, for 8 hours of sleep, it'll be about, the sun has already rose at this point. It's about 10 in the morning. And sorry, I'm pulling back up my calendar to tell you the day. So, yep, it is the morning. Annabeth, please make a Constitution saving throw to see how bad this hangover. So, DC 20 is there's no hangover. 15 is mild. 10 is moderate, and 5 or below is you have a severe hangover, and you'll get a point of exhaustion. Sorry, I was filling up my fish tank and it just started to get a little too full. Okay, so you got an 8. Okay, so you are really hungover and you do not want to see lights or anything, but like you can force your body to do what you need. Yeah. Are you wanting that to be alcoholic or non-alcoholic? Fair enough. Best way to beat a hangover is with more alcohol. Okay, you immediately feel a little bit better, but you know later you're gonna regret it. Okay, so we are on the 36th day of Lunith, which is kind of their fall autumn month. You have some heads like just pop your way. Yes, make a check on that and do it with disadvantage because you are still drunk and you just and you just and you just drank another drink. Fine, we will. Yes, Arcana. No, just straight up. Okay. You can definitely tell it is some kind of a pack. You can't tell if it's Fey, but it is definitely something that is binding. No, her fingerprint is not on it. They always do. Not that you can tell. The mom voice is coming out. Um, Remind me what your guys' passive perceptions are, quick. Okay, so as you are having this conversation, there just seems to be a dark greenish bag that appears next to Tumis. Callan asks if we are going to try to get another orb. It is the size of like a traveling pack. It is decently stuffed. It's not like packed where it's like somebody is on a backpacking trip and they stuff everything in, but it's a full bag. Um, yeah, so you can put it just like on your back because it's that kind of bag. Yeah. Yep. And there seems to be a couple of like little mini locks on this bag. No. Hey, if we want to do a vibe check on it, you can, but and I'm assuming Rayleigh, you're gonna do like a detect magic, or is that I forget if that's a cantrip or a spell. I know you well enough already. Definitely seems like they're not wanting anybody to get in this bag. Um, so since it's closed, it seems like outwardly appearance, if you didn't know what it was, it would just kind of seem like somebody's trying to casually protect their bag. But if the closer you look at it, the more little oddities of like little pockets and things. It just seems like it's just a little oddly laid out than a normal travels pack. And then on the detect magic, each one of the locks are popping up with you get School of Magic. Is that right? School is Abjuration. With your artificer background, you can tell most likely on the lock it is like a arcane locked. So Callahan says it depends if you say alcohol's a drug. Some do, some don't. Just legal drugs. Now you're stressed out with the illegal drugs that are now in your possession. uh, uh, Side conversation on our PE day. I didn't want to be there, and so I sat with a bunch of our people that we did as a school. We kind of all signed up as groups, and I'm just sitting there, and I have the strong ADHDs at this moment, so I'm drawing things on different people's pages and all of this. But like I'm still paying attention enough, just because of how my brain works, that I'm able to answer every question and all of that. And someone goes, "Steven, you were an absolute menace during this." I'm like, ah, and I still got A's. uh, ooh, yeah. I am also. I'm planning to make a ranger's cloak to wear at school for when I'm doing my stop sign duty, so that I have something that can stay warm, and then I can just like throw it over my head for. Um, and then also, if I find a cool stick, I can turn my stop sign into on a stick. So, anyway, side story completed. No, I had one of my friends was like, "You're just gonna be the weird," because literally my office is a closet. They're gonna be like, "You're gonna be the weird wizard in the closet." Oh no, my monitor. Oh come on, why? Sorry, my display decided to stop working. Oh. You're like, absolutely. Yeah. Okay. My whole information screen just went down. So we're gonna solo this. We have a current just flickering display. Lovely. Anyway. um so you guys notice that the uh in the innkeeper says, "Ah, welcome, Blackblade," and then the person that you met at the beginning of this journey walks in, and so he his demeanor is now completely changed. He's like fully in confidence, like coming in. It seems like he actually wants to be here now. And so he walks up and goes, "Ah, welcome, adventurers. I'm glad you made it safe. We have a boat leaving here in about 6 hours. If you guys need any supplies, let us know. Um, it could be 7 hours too." uh, do you want to wake up at 3 a.m. and deal with things? I didn't wake you up. I just stood in the darkness until you came to me. Well, unfortunately, doing jobs of security or whatever is can be very creepy. But anyway, so on your travels, I have to warn you, the principality seems very not very fond of the horde here. We have sent a convoy in advance that actually left last night and is going to meet and just kind of say, "Hey, we are here to help with this disturbance that you're having." Um, I'm fixing that. This disturbance that you guys are having, and so hopefully, when you get to the shores, they will be pretty welcoming of you. We are sending very little support with you in the fact of like soldiers and things like that, just to make it less hostile, say. And so you guys, we are sending the wizard's brother that you met yesterday. So he's going to come along and just kind of be there for notes and um, just kind of help you out with directions. And he's got a general map of where it is, but he is not 100% sure, so he actually has to be there on the ground. Um, so he will meet you on the ship. Um, Other than that, you guys are free to get what you wish. Is there any arrows, any weapons you guys need to stock up on? We also have access to an alchemist, and so those can't really provide super great stuff, but enough to help you guys out. He he takes out of his belt and hands you. He flips it over and then hands you. Tries to hand you a knife. He goes, "Well, if you need it," and then he just sticks it into the table in front of. He like throws it and sticks it in the table. Don't be scared. You eat with knives, so why would you be scared of them? I've met some chefs that have much sharper knives than what I carry day to day. Okay, well, anyway. Yes. Yep. Okay. Well, good luck to you guys. When you get back, we will look forward to your grand tale of adventure. So it was in the room after he left. You guys went and grabbed it, and he seemed to do nothing about that. Where is? Sorry, I'm looking for her name. Yeah. He turns behind you and goes, "Ah, Red Brands, how are you doing? Do you have any grand tales that this place has brought in recently?" And then he goes and talks with the innkeeper. You go, "So what are you guys talking?" I'm kidding. Remember, yes. As a person, what does faux pas mean again? I've yes. So he, yeah. Yeah, he says they're very protective of their people over there. So anything that happens to somebody there that is not is intentional will be like they take that very seriously. Secondly, they do not wear one glove at a time. You have to wear both gloves. They have a weird tradition that it signifies some of their nobility and things like that. So if you're not part of the culture and don't have the right glove on, they will take you as a criminal of some sort, depending on what color of glove that you wear. No gloves, two gloves is fine, but they signify if like wearing red on your left hand signifies a low level criminal, but if you're red on your right hand, it's a high level criminal. Things like that. Um, so, but well, they are bound if they're caught in. They have a weird court system that I don't get. We everything should be a fight to the death, but they have a court system that they do some kind of justice thing and all of that. Ooh, my wife comes bearing cookies. Cookie. um, so and he goes, the person that's going with you can let you know more of this culture that you go into, because I don't have them all memorized. I just know the criminals. So he says, "Yeah," and he goes back to swapping stories of Grand Adventure. Seems like they've told him a million times in 17 different ways, but enjoy each other's company enough. Okay, sorry. I am gonna have to switch all my screens because and eat Cookie. I gotta let Cookie calm down. Okay, so you are gonna go there. You are gonna go there. Um, and you're gonna go over that thing. Okay, that works. Okie dokie. So if I'm looking up, it's because of my third monitor is up high. Okie dokie. So Now, do you guys wish to stock up on supplies or look for anything? It, yeah, they're gonna have plenty of food on there for you guys and rations. And once you get there, you guys can figure out food for that. It's about a 2-day sea travel, so it's not too long of a journey. um, make a make an investigation check. You notice that there is kind of a bag store that's kind of closer to the ocean side of this town. Um, and they may have something that you have. They, as you walk in, you smell the smell of leather. They have very colorful things. You have some designer patterns, some florals, some things like that on some handbags. There's also some traveler's bags that are built definitely more sturdy, of different shades. So you have the black, white, kind of just the array of different leathers of that. And then in the back, you see there are some bags that kind of close up and then roll down, that seem a little bit more water resistant, kind of have a tar inside to them. Yes, you're looking for these bags right here. How much are you needing to hold? Because I kind of have some for smaller. I know some like to keep their coins a little protected, and we have some that like to keep their kind of documents more protected. So, what are you wishing to protect? And yay, um, so um, he goes, "Oh yes, so these run about 4 to 5 gold a piece, made from leather that was here from some cows that my friends raised and they used for the meat, and then they allow me to buy the leather off of them. And so, if you wish, they're about four gold for our waterproof, about 2 gold for our non, and then for a smaller size bag runs you about 8 silver." Okay. So he grabs them down and hands them to you and says, "Yep." He says, "Thank you for the gold. Hope that those serve you well." so, so these bags are looking a little overstuffed at this point, but you get that one twist, that two twist, and then the kind of strap allows you to strap that in. So you successfully do that. Okay. Anything else that you guys are wishing to grab? I will message Kellyan or Gunner this week and see if he needs anything. Other than that, guys start heading towards the docks, I'm assuming. So let me grab something. I'll be right back. Nice. So pretty. I was like, I literally need to take 2 steps over to grab the 3D printed ship that I have. And then I look back, and then everyone is now in the restroom. I was like, it was literally like 4 seconds. And then I was like, well, cheers, guys. It was like the bell rang in the middle of me, turned around, and I didn't hear it. Where's my classmates? In my other campaign, we were using a boat, so I just wanted to bring the boat because I made it. I am 1,000% bringing in all of those characters into this world. Because I think it would be funny. I was like, we can do introductions to the boat and then do the rest of the adventuring tomorrow. It's a pretty busy RP section. Yeah. Also, I used to install furniture for a living. I used to do a lot of things for a living. I've done IT, I've done business, I've done I sold insurance for a year, and so I've done a lot of little things. Now I'm in school to become a teacher. But when I was selling furniture, this was probably the best thing. It's a backpack hook for a desk. And so I use it for my headphones, and then I have it at school for my backpack. And we would always only... No, so this is actually like hard plastic. It's got a little rubber inside. And so I'm like, I use it everywhere because we used to only install... They'd give us 2 for every desk, but we'd only install 1 for every desk because that was just how the company wanted it. And so I have like 10 of these, and I'm like, these are great because this is like my desk height, and I just shove it on my desk. And anyway, I'm a nerd. Okay. Yeah. So we're gonna do just a little bit more. We're not gonna do too much more because I think we're all easily tired. And so, why aren't you? Okay, so as you guys get to the docks, there is a human that's standing there, and he was told specifically look for you. So he goes, "Ah, adventurers, I am Jimothy." Jimothy. Yep, Jimothy. And he goes, this is my right-hand man, Toothy. And you... And we got our band. We got Sweet James here. He's our cook. And then we got Lulu. She's kind of the wild one of our group. But we will get there safely. And as you look, their ship. And so it's about 100, or it's about 70 feet long. So you guys are all given little quarters in the bottom area where you can kind of set your stuff, and there are hammocks where it seems like they sleep crews during the day and night. There's only about 8 to 10 of them on the ship right now. And then you guys are kind of given your own section, it seems like the sailors have kind of taken their things and moved them to the side, so you guys have a little bit of privacy, and there seems to be a curtain that they draped over that area to kind of give it a secret vibe. As much as the sailors are just like, they're all over each other because it's just a small ship and there's a lot of them. And so Sweet James is cooking a stew, a nice hearty stew for you guys. And it seems like there are a couple ingredients that you guys that come from far up north that hey, baby. Annabelle, you kind of recognize kind of from your homeland, a couple of spices from there, but other than that, it's just a very good stew. And yeah, he goes, oh, we every port that we stop by, I seem to try to grab a ingredient or two of this. I kind of enjoy to mix and match different cultures, spices, and kind of create my own palette, if you say. And so, as you guys are doing this, you smell the absolute amazity of the stew that he's making. But make a quick perception check for me, just to see what else you notice on the ship. Okay. Yep. So anyone anyone over kind of 12 notices that in the other side where the crew is sleeping, there seems to be draped some like canvas draped over something. It seems like there's claws or like it's not moving, but it definitely is a large creature. And then And then up on the deck, it seems there's just kind of boxes of things that they're transporting, and in the captain's quarters, there's a pretty big map on there, and his table, his bed. Also, the first mate sleeps up there. Other than that, it seems like they just emptied a huge load, so there's just a lot of empty areas on the ship, on the top deck. So, yeah. What do you guys wish to do? Yeah, so like there's like if like somebody's laying down and you have a blanket over them, you can tell it's somebody, but you may not know who it is. No, it's just covered by a tarp. It doesn't seem to be doing either of those. Nope. And you kind of you notice that after while you guys are eating, Sweet James kind of goes to that area to do something. Yeah. Yeah. So you guys follow him, and he doesn't seem to be trying to hide anything, and he flips open the canvas, and it seems to be a giant scorpion that he's trying to harvest the scales and harvest the inside from. He's trying to. It seems like he's trying to create something from that. And all of a sudden, you notice that Toothy yells down to Sweet James and goes, "Yo, Sweet James, what are we having for our next meal? I'm hungry already." And Sweet James yells, we just stopped by the port, so we're gonna have some pretty good steaks tonight." I He leans to you, goes, "Yeah, well, on port day we always get a special meal." I always like to find something, and this area is known for its cattle and horse meat, but we don't really eat horse meat much on the ship because it doesn't keep as well. Um, so it's not necessarily the poison from it. He's trying to get the scales from the yeah, yeah. No, he is very open and it seems genuine. He's a half orc of he's pretty elderly. Um, yes, Missy, what's happening? Annabelle, my apologies. Um, I I missed a large section of my youth, and so I'm trying to get some scale plates to kind of go adventuring with our crew when they hit islands. It's dead. Yeah. Nope. We ate its meats last week. We had some pretty good skewers of it. Yeah. We got some more if you want to try it. We got one more. We got about a day left on that food, and then the rest gotta go. So he kind of roughs to his shelves, and then he grabs a skewer with a piece of meat on it. It so he hands both of you one, and it's a very well seasoned meat. It is very stringy, and because it seems to come from a creature that's not known for its meat, but like for what this animal is, it seems like it's a very well cooked. It doesn't seem like it's overly flavorful in any way. So kind of like frogs or something like that. But yeah, so he says, "Ah, yes, we every once in a while my party we find weird animals that on our adventures, and they always bring me back something. So with the scales, I kind of would like to go and see what's out there because I've been in the kitchen for a bit, and then all of a sudden I was old, and then now I just want to go see." He goes, Toothy goes, "Dude, you've only been old for a couple weeks, so please stop telling people you missed your whole life." And then he goes back. He goes, I may look 86 ish, but I'm actually like 25. He goes, "No, it's actually that dude's fault up there. He was not able to save me in time from a curse that happened, and we're trying to figure out. We think it's too late to reverse this, so I gotta accept my old bones, but I might as well make light of it. Toothy, I want to tell my old time stories. Like, I was sorry for trying to call you Missy earlier. I'm trying to throw in those sayings because I can get away with them now." Ooh, you look young for that. You're an elf. We don't care about you. Elves are old, so I exactly. It's this whole age thing never makes sense. I go in a tavern and some of them care about your age, some of them don't. Some of them just because you look old or look young will give you whatever. Uh, so you notice that there's a one of the crew members, Lulu from earlier. She kind of like prances up and goes, "Ah, do you want to see the book that I found earlier? It's the legal drinking age of every race, um, and only certain nations follow it." And she goes, and starts like pages and pages. It goes, what subrace of elf are you? Ooh, high elf. Okay, it looks like 105 years old is the legal drinking age of this. Most do. And he goes, you're a furbolg. We've been around. And so, I don't remember how quick they aged. So I'm gonna say like, about 45 for you guys. Ooh, this one's really interesting. Kobolds are only like 4 years old when they're able to drink. I don't know why. Hmm. Makes sense. She goes, I have some more interesting facts books if you want to know those. So she prounces back to her area and is just like rifling through and goes, we got funny jokes for dwarves, funny jokes for elves, funny jokes for well, we don't talk about that one. And so she is reading every single book that she is finding, and so it's just a bunch of nonsense books. That's kind of like, the gag ones that we see at gas stations or things like that. Um, it's like, oh, the prices of milk in the 2000s, or like it's just weird facts. Sorry, the price of milk in the in 2038. This one. Oh, you say you were Alpha. Oh, this is even before your time, so never mind. This is a one to be. And so she goes and goes. You said you're about what, 230? Sorry. Let me. I have. Where is my? All my screens are messed up. She says, the year is 2436 CE if you go by that calendar. So, I have one from about 2200. Do you want to know what prices were around when you were born? So she's going through this, and they seem absolutely outrageous to you. And there's even some currencies that you like don't even recognize. But it seems like everything, yeah, seems like there's three. It's about 300 to 400% the prices that we are that you're dealing with. So it seems like prices have gone down. And she goes, "Oh yes, there was a great war around this time. That's right." And it continues going. Okay, anything else we would like to do before we start to wrap things up? Yeah, awesome, and hopefully we'll have Kellyanne back next section. It'll be a fun. I am good with next week or week after. we're good with same schedule because we got something else figured out with the other group. So I am good on my end. They had a wedding rehearsal or whatever this Friday, so we switched things. And they're college-ish age because some of them are in their bachelor, some are in masters at the seminary near me. So, but yeah. So I'm good with the 22nd at 6:30, or not 22nd. Yeah, that's 22nd. Okay. Awesome. Well, everyone get some sleep. Yeah. Yeah, we had a walk to school days, so we're kind of at a dead end sleep, so or street sleep. I need some sleep. We have a rehab center that's up the road from us, and so we meet parents and all that for the elementary school, and we all walk down together right before school starts, and so that was a fun thing. And I'm the tech support that isn't tech support. And oh, absolutely. And they're like, oh, and you used to be a barista? Oh, yes, you're going to serve all the hot cocoa? Oh, yes, and you're one of the few male staff, you're going to lift everything. Oh, yes, and you're in your traffic. So it was just like, it's like a multi-tool, and they're just like, oh, magically you're in all of these roles. And I'm like... Which I'm fine with it to a point. Can you help me connect my iPad to the Apple TV? You click the one button. You click one button. They're like, you're so tech savvy.